On July 22, 1997, Greg Maddux was on the mound, facing the Chicago Cubs. By the end of the night, he had tossed a complete game shutout on just 76 pitches. 76. No strikeout frenzy, no 100-mile-per-hour heat, just pinpoint control, surgical precision, and pure baseball IQ. The fact is, he didn't overpower batters, he outthought them. And what made Maddux so great wasn't just the win totals or the 4 straight Cy Young awards. It was how he did it. In this video lies the wonders of the genius Greg Maddux. So let's get into it. Greg Maddux didn't grow up in a baseball-crazed city. He was born in San Angelo, Texas, and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Not exactly baseball's heartland, but he had one huge advantage: a big brother named Mike, who also made it to the big leagues. The two of them trained hard under the guidance of their dad, who believed in discipline and mechanics. From the jump, Maddux wasn't just the biggest or the strongest, but he was sharp. Even as a teenager, he showed signs of the command and control that would define his career. Scouts almost missed him. One of them even said he was too small and didn't throw hard enough to make it to the majors. Oops. But one scout named Doug Mapson saw something special. He called Maddux a smart pitcher, the kind who could learn faster than anyone else. The Chicago Cubs took a chance and drafted him in the second round of the 1984 MLB draft. By 1986, he was in the big leagues, and yeah, his first few outings were rough, but it didn't take long for him to adjust. Maddux wasn't there to overpower hitters. He was there to outsmart them. And from the beginning, he showed he was willing to put in the work. How? By watching film, studying hitters, and refining every movement of his delivery. So instead of trying to be something he wasn't, he doubled down on what he could control: location, movement, and outsmarting everyone in the box. And while other pitchers were chasing radar gun readings, Maddux was learning how to make a baseball look like it was coming straight. He didn't want swings and misses as much as he wanted weak contact, grounders, pop-ups, fast innings. His go-to weapon, the two-seam fastball, with just enough movement to miss barrels, not zones. He'd throw it inside to lefties, then tail it back over the corner, what pitchers call the front door sinker. And if you weren't ready for it, game over. But here's what really made Maddux dangerous: his brain. The guy was a walking database. He studied hitters relentlessly, not just how they swung, but how they reacted after a pitch, where their feet were placed, and how they breathed. He once told a teammate not only what pitch he was going to throw, but where the batter would hit it. And nailed it. He mastered pitch tunneling before pitch tunneling was even a term. Everything looked the same coming out of his hand. He didn't need 98 miles per hour. He had strategies. He had control. He had guts. And most importantly, he had results. This was the formula that carried him through his most dominant years. 1992 to 1995 dominance. Fresh off his first Cy Young with the Cubs, Maddux shocked everyone by signing with the Atlanta Braves. Chicago offered more money. He said no. He wanted to win, and Atlanta had a rotation stacked with Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, and Steve Avery. Maddux didn't want to be the star. He wanted to be part of something elite. So from 1992 to 1995, Maddux won 4 straight Cy Young Awards, something only a handful of pitchers have ever done. During that stretch, his numbers were insane. In 1994, he posted a 1.56 ERA. In 1995, even lower, 1.63 ERA. And keep in mind, this was the steroid era. Everyone was juiced, hitting bombs. Maddux still dominated. But he did it his way. Low pitch counts, zero panic, and absolute control. He didn't need strikeouts to prove a point at all. The Braves made the playoffs every year he was there. In 1995, they finally broke through and won the World Series. That year, he went 19-2 in the regular season with a whip under 1.00, as in, you couldn't touch him. And the scary part, he made it look easy. No emotion, no theatrics, just execution. Talk of greatness. Greg Maddux could throw a complete game in under 100 pitches. In fact, there's a stat named after him, the Maddux. Hear this. This was a complete game shutout in fewer than 100 pitches. He did it 13 times. And it is historic. Over a 23-year career, he averaged 1.8 walks per 9 innings. For context, some guys do that in 1 inning. And while he was schooling batters, he was locking things down on defense too. Maddux won 18 Gold Gloves, the most ever by a pitcher. He wasn't just standing around after his follow-through. He fielded bunts, snagged liners, and turned double plays. Total control from mound to grass. Pitchers are supposed to slow games down. Maddux sped them up. He'd get the ball, nod, and throw. In, out, inning over. Maddux would throw a pitch in the same spot time after time to get the batter's timing down, then flip the script with a pitch that broke just slightly differently. The result? A career 3.16 ERA and over 5,000 innings of dominance. You are enjoying this, right? Don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos like this. Now let's talk about his great seasons. He had 17 straight seasons with 15 or more wins. That's 17. Not many pitchers can claim that kind of sustained excellence. Over his 23-year career, Maddux racked up 355 wins. That's a staggering number in the modern era, especially when you consider how much fewer pitchers are used these days. But Maddux didn't need to be the hardest thrower or have a perfect game to rack up wins. His consistency was the foundation of his success. Maddux's career ERA of 3.16 is also incredible when you think about the era he pitched in. The 1990s and early 2000s were full of hitters launching balls into the stands. Yet Maddux kept the ball in the park and his ERA low. He wasn't trying to strike everyone out. He just didn't let anyone hit him hard. Even more impressive, he threw over 5,000 innings in his career, something most pitchers can't dream about these days. That's the kind of durability that only comes from a combination of skill, preparation, and smart pitching. His personality and legacy. Besides his pitching genius, Maddux was equally loved for his humility and quirky personality. He was never the type to boast or seek the spotlight. Maddux stayed grounded, always downplaying his achievements, often deflecting credit to his teammates. Off the field, he was just as chill, never letting his success get to his head. But beyond the humility, there was a side of Maddux that teammates adored, his sense of humor. He might have been all business on the mound, but in the clubhouse, he was a prankster, known for keeping things light. Maddux would often joke around, pulling pranks on teammates or making them laugh with dry wit. He was the kind of guy who could break the tension during a tough game with a simple, well-timed quick. In 2014, Greg Maddux was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame with 97.2% vote, one of the highest percentages in history. It was the perfect capstone to a career that had already been marked by achievements and respect from all corners of the baseball world. After retiring in 2008, he remained involved in the game, taking on roles in front offices and as a special advisor. He became a mentor to young pitchers, offering guidance on how to approach the game mentally, how to think through each pitch, and how to handle the pressure of a long career. So, what do you think? Was Greg Maddux the best pitcher of his era? Drop your thoughts in the comments, or if you're a Maddux fan, share your favorite moment or memory from his career. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into baseball's legends. We've got plenty more coming your way, so stay tuned.